week off last week, and this week we're just going to catch up because, as we know, the world changed again last week on us, and we need
another lockdown.
Another lockdown. How did you go?
We were right.
Yeah.
It was time for us to reset. It's really strange. Lockdown has a bit of an effect on real estate because naturally, what happens in lockdown, you've got nothing to do.
Yes.
So I think Friday, the first day, I had more inquiries through online inquiries than I'd probably had in the week prior.
Wow.
Because everyone stops. Everyone just goes, all right, well, that's right. A month ago or 2 months ago, we were thinking about doing something, weren't we? And then they get confined to their home again. Yeah. And then they start to consider their options again, and it sort of gets the ball rolling. But once kids' sports and all those things are underway, people get busy. Yeah. And they forget what they are, what their objectives are. So true. I think, but we were ticking along. We sold a couple of properties. There was plenty of activity, plenty for us to do. It's just frustrating because we couldn't do any appraisals, we couldn't do any inspections. Thankfully, it was only a week. If it had been 2 weeks, probably would have been a lot tougher.
That's the interesting part of it, because it is those parts of real estate, like the appraisals and that sort of thing, that you need to actually physically go in. I was reading how everything's in place, systems are in place now with online auctions and that sort of thing. So houses are still selling online. There was a house in Melbourne last week or something that was an online auction that sold for a record price or something. So that's still happening.
Technology's changed and allowed us to do this stuff. So, there's ways and means around it all, but the actual physical going to someone's house or getting an inspection or going and having a look, you just couldn't do. So naturally, Friday just gone after we came out of lockdown, it was back-to-back appointments all day, very busy Saturday, and it's been a bit the same yesterday and today. So I don't know. It's lockdowns they're a pain in the neck. I think meant more so for everyone's mental space.
Their well-being for sure. Yeah, it was hard this time. I know, poor Victoria, right? It was really difficult this time. It was almost like a shock to the system again, like the first time. But I think
I feel sorry for the kids.
The kids,
sport, bang, no, can't do it.
Can't do it.
You can't go to school. You can't, our girls had dance, the boys had footy. It all stops, and then naturally you're looking on TV and you're seeing AFL continue on, and unfortunately money talks, doesn't it? And I think that's the biggest frustration for. Well, it's great to sit back and watch the footy. Oh yeah. But you know what? I'd probably rather go and watch the boys or the kids doing their sport, because that's the thing that gets them through. And I think it's just a bit of a shame that the priorities aren't there, and Victoria just gets shut down as a whole. I think that's why everyone in regional areas are frustrated, because we're getting thrown in the mix with Melbourne.
That's it.
Anyway, we won't go on about
politics. I was going to say we could easily go on and about that.
We can. Thumbs up if you want us to talk about politics.
We can talk about the frustrations of COVID. But I guess the thing is that we are travelling. Anyway? We're all travelling around, and so who knows? Who knows what's coming into regional Victoria?
But also it's frustrating for people that are going travelling. So many people missed out and going to think. Talking to some clients this morning, they were about to head off on there, and the same thing happened last year. So it's really hard for people to plan. Yep. But I think the one thing people can do is plan to purchase or buy, as long as it's in a similar area.
Oh, well, the working from home policies that are coming through now means that people can actually live where they want to live. Yeah. Which is really cool. You can be working in Melbourne and live here. Yeah. That's
we're seeing a fair bit of that. Yeah. Remote working or learning or whatever you call it. But I think that's there's definitely a demand for properties with studies or home offices. Every second person's getting a four-wheel drive and a caravan, because they know that if that's the holiday, if they want to spend time with their family or take off. So storage is really important for real estate at the moment. So the dynamics are changing, and I guess that's what we're seeing.
It's almost done a full circle, isn't it?
It's
weird. Almost like when we were growing up, like our holidays were family holidays in a caravan or going to somewhere else in Victoria or going to the snow.
That's true.
We never went overseas.
You're a little bit older than me, but anyway.
Whatever.
But it's true. Like, we used to go in the car and like, all right, kids, get in the car, and we're driving to Queensland. You would not even contemplate that now with kids, would you?
No way.
No way. So, but that's what we did. You're right.
But that's what we're doing now.
We're back to that. We're back to the 80s.
Yeah, we are.
How good would that be?
How good would that be, I reckon? Definitely. 80s music, 80s fashion. Yeah. You wore the Poison t-shirts, didn't you?
That was one of my favourite bands. I had Poison posters on my Guns N' Roses
Yeah, beautiful.
Your kids are the no.
Kids are the
Got any comments?
I don't know. Yes.
No, not yet.
Okay.
It's the box watching though. I'm the suck.
So yeah, it's very cool, and we actually I think it's really nice that people are coming to Mildura with the tree changes and things like that. It's very cool.
The river change.
The river change. Yeah, that's what we can call it. But it has the demand though.
Yeah,
for property.
still there. Absolutely. It's weird because, and I'm not an economist, but if you look at the standard driving factors behind why real estate is busy, it's because, unemployment's low and immigration's high, and well, they're not. Like unemployment's, well, I know it's not as bad as what everyone thought it would be, and immigration's, well, that's not happening. So, typically there's forces that can affect real estate, but they're not there. But the demand, it is not just in Mildura that the market's busy. It is everywhere.
Yeah.
And everyone is finding it difficult to buy, and all the vendors are having great results.
Yeah.
Wherever you look, you're hearing of auctions in Melbourne and Sydney, and they're breaking records wherever you look. So it's a strange little phenomenon we're in, and you can attribute it to low interest rates. You can attribute it to the low vacancy rates, particularly the vacancy rates in regional Vic. But see, in Melbourne, they're really high. There's every second apartment's empty because typically they're full of students from overseas.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like the normal economic reasons for things happening aren't always natural all there at the moment. So cheap money is got to be a driving factor. The fact that there's not a lot of, we're not spending money maybe how we were.
Well, that's
We're
true.
spending it differently. We're not going overseas.
No, we're not. Yeah.
You look at the younger generation. I travelled when I was 20, and at that time, it was quite unusual. It wasn't as popular. It was quite a big thing. Not like I was the only person to do it, but a lot of my mates haven't done it.
No, they went straight to the
of my age, I hadn't actually travelled.
Yeah, that's right.
Whereas now, your younger generation, it was almost a given, and they didn't go for 6 months or a year as much. They were going and spending, 8 weeks not working, partying in Croatia or wherever. So maybe there's more money in bank balances at the moment. Yeah. And that flow-on effect with the economy, with spending is just there's more money in the local economy to push up prices.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's really interesting because there's two flips of the coin as well, as that the younger generation are finding it really difficult now to get mortgages, their very first mortgage, especially in the Melbourne and the city areas, and so they can come here, work remotely, and then they're able to get mortgages without family help and things like that, and just set themselves up for a really good lifestyle. So what they can purchase in Melbourne, that they can buy here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a different lifestyle, and I think that's the biggest thing is that whether you're looking in Mildura or Ballarat or Bendigo or Torquay on the surf coast down there. Yeah. It's a different lifestyle, and I think most people, Melbourne's been through hell compared to what we've been through. Oh. So, and I think people are fed up with Melbourne. They're wanting to get out. Yeah. And maybe have a bit of freedom. So, but they still want to stay in Victoria. So I think there's a lot of demand from other people, like other out of town. Yeah. The retirees going, no, you know what? We used to holiday in Mildura all the time. Let's go there. Yeah. Let's go to Mildura. Let's set up the rest of our lives here. We've loved it, and I've had that. a farmer I spoke to. He's probably three hours south of here, and he just said, when we retire, that's where we want to go. You know, we love the river, we love the CBD, we love all the cafes and the coffee shops and everything, and we've just decided that that's where we will retire.
And what a beautiful place! It's grown so much. I just wanted to ask you a question. So, for those thinking of selling, they've been thinking maybe for a while that they wanted to sell because, you know, they're tired. They're just like, they want to change, you know. Maybe buy a house in Mildura as well. But is it scary for them to go, okay, I'm going to put the house on the market. Is their stock ready for me to buy? Or is it kind of a bit more...
It's hard. Like, you know, there's two, I've always said there's, you know, you've got two options. You sell first and then find that property and you launch into it because your money's ready. Or you go the subject to sale, which is tricky because not many people will do that. You don't need to take a subject to sale at the moment with the market unless it's a really high price. So you want to be prepared to pay a high price if you want to secure a property when you've still got a house to sell. You know, the market's still very busy. We had really good numbers again on the weekend.
Cool.
Not sort of January, February numbers like what we were having. That was insane. That, you know, that intensity in the market has definitely changed, and then you can sense that there's buyers that are going, okay, I've got a bit more time now.
Okay.
They were buyers at the start of this year were really having to make a decision really quick. Otherwise, it was just too late. You know, there was just that. It was, you were just handed offers left, right, and centre. You know, it was so buoyant, it wasn't funny, and people were just missing out. It was hard for buyers. So, and I feel for them, you know, it's tough. Now they've got a bit more time.
Does it usually slow down in winter though?
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, naturally the houses don't look as appealing.
Messy.
You know?
Yeah.
Not this house. This house is lovely. But, you know, it's just generally a quieter time, but it's still a good time for people to sell because there's still a lot of buyers. And we probably saw 35 to 40 buyers on Saturday, which was still good numbers.
That's great.
And interestingly enough, there's a fair few buyers that are now coming into the market or coming back from the start of this year. The one lady said to me on the weekend, we tried in January, it's just ridiculous. So now we're back, we think there's an opportunity.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So,
because geez, time flies.
Yeah.
Like, from the start of the year, like we're halfway through. That's just nuts.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the market has done like incredible things. We all thought in April last year that the market was just going to go, you know, that was the experts predicted it.
Yeah.
You know, there was going to be a mass exodus of buyers, but it's done the absolute opposite. And there's been so many buyers coming to the market, and it's one of those things, and it's like if no one's doing it, no one's doing it, right? No one wants to do it.
Yeah.
But if everyone's doing it,
that's true.
Then everyone wants to do it.
Yeah.
So if he's buying and she's buying, then geez, maybe I should buy. That's got to be a little bit as well.
It's true.
Don't you reckon?
Definitely.
So you've got that thing as, you know, well, oh God, everyone else is buying a house. Maybe we should buy a house too.
It just sparks something inside, you know.
Yeah.
Just, you know, like, you know, we've been thinking about it for a while. You know, being too busy with our lives. Maybe
everyone wants a champagne shower moment. That's what it is.
I know.
That's what it is.
I'm actually feeling the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and so there's all these different little attributing factors. You can get down to the nitty gritties of the economics of it, but it doesn't really tell us a true story. I think it's just because there's people looking for a change. People are spending a lot of time now in their houses. You know, if I'm locked down. Can I be locked down in my current situation?
That's it.
Do we get a pool?
Exactly right.
Do we get an extra bedroom in our house? Do we, and you know, if you're spending all this time at home, you want to make sure you're enjoying where you are.
Exactly.
Like I can't imagine being locked down in a unit.
Oh gosh, no. With no backyard, that'd be hard.
It would
Unless it's like somebody would say that, you know, I couldn't be locked down in a home though. I just have to mow the lawns every day.
Yeah.
You know, there's just all that. But
everyone's different.
They are. But like we have got the most evidence that we've ever had that you cannot predict the future.
Yeah.
So it is really about what you want to live in, how you want to live your life now, and less, I guess, about strategy moving forward.
Life is going to be spontaneous, I think.
Yeah.
And you know, you look at like we've missed a few of these lives because you've been travelling.
Not anymore.
But that's the thing, you know. So 6 weeks ago, you were in Cairns.
I was in Ellie Beach 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Then you're in Port Lincoln.
Week before that.
And then it was not a worry in the world with that sort of stuff. Everyone was back travelling. There was a lot of normality.
Yep. There was QR codes everywhere, but that's fine.
And now you were going to Bendigo.
Yep.
Gone.
Can't even go to Bendigo.
So things are changing so rapidly. So like if you're thinking of going on a holiday now, once we're back out of lockdown and things are normal and Victorians are allowed to do stuff. Yeah. Maybe it's just like, oh shit, let's go on holiday.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Let's get out.
How do you plan?
Let's get out of here, but and then it's just, and then there's the fear of like, let's get out of here. Like, yes, let's have have a change, but will we get back in if something happens?
That's right. You get locked out, right?
Exactly.
I wouldn't mind getting locked out in LA Beach or something
I know,
like that.
I was thinking that.
Poor kids.
Oh, the poor kids, exactly.
Yeah.
So nothing's really changed dramatically.
The market's probably stabilised. I think I called it a little while ago.
Did, actually.
It's definitely sort of, I think what we're seeing is less buyers, but a lot of quality still. So there's still a lot of buyers out there. There's still really good opportunities for vendors.
Yep.
If I was to sit here and say, like, if there's vendors listening now or later or whenever, and they're going, I don't know whether to sell or not, we don't know what the market's going to be in 6 months, obviously. We can't predict anything because how do you at the moment?
Right, exactly.
There's still plenty of buyers, there's still plenty of really good offers coming in.
Yeah.
For the buyers, for the stock that people want, they'll pay. They'll still pay really good dollars for it.
Yeah.
It was only a month ago that the one on the river that I sold was well and truly over the range.
Yeah.
That was, there's still very good opportunities for vendors. You'll see a bit of a saturation on the market in spring because that's naturally what people do. Everyone wants to go to the market in spring.
Yes.
So more opportunities for buyers, probably less of an opportunity for vendors to get a better price because they've got more competition.
That's it.
So,
So that's the typical.
It's just, I think at the moment, there's a lot of investors looking, but there's a lot of investors looking to sell. They're thinking, oh well, let's cash in on the market.
Yes.
Let's sell now rather than re-rent out for another 12 months. So
that's true.
there's a lot of unpredictability, but we're still, we've probably gone for, my average days on market this year's 11 days.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Which is very quick.
That's gorgeous,
That'll probably push out to 15, I reckon, in the next few months.
Yep.
So you're looking at, you're looking at buyers that aren't necessarily coming in that first weekend on every property where they were 3 or 4 months ago.
Yep, that's pretty cool.
So, but still good prices. Prices are still seem to be going up. There's still a lot of out of town buyers, a lot of investors.
Yes.
A lot of new buyers coming back into the market. Maybe the lockdown caused that. Who knows?
Yeah, that's it.
So, what are your takes on it all?
I don't know.
You see a lot of it?
Yeah, I think that what are my takes on it? I just think that people are wanting security.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people like selling up and van life and want to travel around, but then it's like, we aren't really over this pandemic. So this latest lockdown has seen, now we're just stuck in the one state. Yeah. So we just got to, go around the state. So I think security and, just securing a property now is high on the agenda. And
for tenants as well.
Yeah, that's right.
The tenants are the ones that have their life is in limbo at the moment because there are a lot of investors. Like it's, when you ring a tenant and you say, "Oh, I need to come and do an appraisal," it instills fear in them. Because that's their home, right? Yeah. But unfortunately, they don't control what happens with that home, and it's a sad situation because they know how hard it is to get rentals. Yeah. And when you sort of potentially indicate to them, and I don't go in and say, oh no, they're not going to sell, it's only for super. If they're selling, they're selling, and they need to start the plan. So that's where I think a lot of tenants are starting to say, I need to secure a home. Yeah. And there are a lot of new government incentives coming out for that sort of stuff. So another contributing factor to the market.
Absolutely. I think definitely, and being a renter myself, over a period of time, it's scary. Like it's like if it goes on the market, then what are we going to do?
It can be taken out from under you.
Can be taken out. Yeah. So just like there's that added stress, and it's just I feel that there's a lot of people that are just like, yeah, we're done with the rental market now with these uncertain times. Let's secure something, and it can be, you know, a property that's just going to get them into the market for now. And you know, they can do what they want with it. They renovate, they can, you know, spruce it up and make some coin later down the track. But I think that's what it's all about now, is just getting in the market.
Getting in the market, because the buyers that have been, I know lots of buyers that have been looking for 2 years.
Wow.
To like at least, you know, and that 2 year, that fussiness that they have has probably cost them 100,000 in some
high
cases.
Expectations.
So, you know, sometimes it's not saying you should buy stuff that you don't want.
No,
it's about compromise.
Absolutely.
Because and if you compromise and go, okay, well, I can work on this and these particular features over time, but getting your foot in the door is the key, because then you can just start to tick away at it, because you can't do that with a rental property.
No,
so
that's right. That's right.
But yeah, look, it's still busy. We've got 4 new listings coming on this week.
Nice.
There's some really good opportunities. There's a great acre out in Redcliffs. It's affordable, and that's a really good opportunity for a buyer.
Got amenities, like got water and...
Got water and power.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
It's got shedding. It's got 5 bedrooms. It's low 300s. So it's going to be a super opportunity for a young family looking for space with their kids. Got another one that's potentially 7 bedrooms over in Bronga. It's got a really cool setup in a shed.
7 bedrooms.
Yep.
Wow.
A double brick in Avocado Street, again, mid-2. So it's going to be really affordable and allowing people to jump out of that rental situation. And then another relatively new home on Eddie Wanda near Davison Ford there. So there's an array of different stuff. And I think we should see a fair bit of stock come on the market this week compared to last week.
Yeah,
good opportunities for buyers.
That's cool.
Still good opportunities for vendors to get good prices.
Nice. And land? That's what I was asking.
No land.
You meant it was just a land, like the 1 acre, but that's
no. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So has it got water? Are we in the 50s?
Yeah. No, it's got a windmill.
No.
So there's no land. No.
No land.
Not titled that it's ready to go.
That must be.
Hey, we've got a roof on our house.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Again, that's going really slowly, but it's happening. And then bumped into a builder this morning, and they've been searching for some land, and they're getting their supplies okay. But it's really hard for them because builders are finding it tough because prices are going up. Steel prices have gone up 3 or 4 times in the last little bit.
Jeez.
The demand from China is huge again. Price is just going up and up and up. So
I feel like that's a cycle as well.
It is. It's all these different factors are really hurting. So the established market's definitely going to benefit from the fact that, you know, your builders can't guarantee when you're going to be able to build something.
Yeah.
So that's another factor that you can throw into what's going on. So, you know, there's the different industries. There's all these little different stresses that people are going through, and buyers that are, you know, guys that are planning on building, that probably need somewhere to live, because that might take 1.5 years to 2 years. So more factors. Van life. So just jump in a van.
Jump in a van and go.
Yeah. Well, some of my clients just did that. The travelling campers.
Yeah.
They'll be watching.
Awesome.
I guarantee you, they'll love this show. Josh and Michaela, like, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're off indefinitely in their van. They've got an online business, and I'm just so happy for them, but a little bit jealous because they've got their dog.
It.
Yeah, and
It's
they're at the Fink at the moment, or close by, and seeing all their updates on social media, sitting around in deck chairs. Like, that's what young people are doing now.
It's so good.
Instead of going to Croatia and partying for eight weeks, they're jumping in a van, they're off.
And
it's cool.
It's such a beautiful lifestyle too. My business coach Shana does that with. She's done 3 years of it now, 3 laps around Australia, and that's all they do. They got 2 teenage kids and a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? And I think that's going to be a big. I mean, I've spoken to a lot of people lately that are wanting to do the same thing. You know, it seems to be these people that have got online businesses that can live anywhere. So they're in the back of a van, they're traveling. Australia's an amazing place. So there's so much to see.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's exciting and people are all just going up north.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's be honest, why would you come to Victoria?
True, why would you? It'd be my book collection that holds me here.
The what?
My book collection and my stuff.
Oh, really?
Simon's music stuff. We couldn't van life.
Couldn't you?
No, we'd need a home base.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't. We haven't got there's no van big enough for 5 kids.
Oh, God.
I'm sure there's nothing big enough.
You need a big bus.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
So many different, you know, that's a bit of an update. It's like been a crazy year. Like, you know, it's been, like from a one agency point of view, like I've just had so much support from locals and vendors, and it's been unreal. Like it's been unbelievably, you know, full on, but it's a lot of fun too. So, you know, we're a growing little business, and
how's Liam going?
Good. You know, he's got a couple under his a couple of sold properties under his belt. He listed another one last night.
Cool.
So you know, it's been a really good year for us, and I'm thankful for the support from so many vendors that. I think the theory of going to the agency with 15 different agents, it's gone. You know, you don't need it. You know, you need to choose your agent because that agent's going to do your job for you.
Work hard for you.
So it's been good, but crazy year. Who knows what's going to happen? We could be sitting here in Christmas. What are you thinking? Can you predict it?
Not really. Yeah. It's so much. It's so, you know.
Will Dan Andrews be back?
I'm not even going to mention the V word.
What V? Victoria?
No, the VAX.
Vaccine.
You can't even say it without Facebook might.
Yeah, someone's going to put an angry thing on.
Don't start the conversation. No. This will get banned. But so who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like, you know, I was really hopeful that 2022 I'd be back, you know, traveling overseas, gone back to Vietnam and stuff. But I don't think so.
Nah,
it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Not going to happen anytime soon.
I think if the kids can play sport, they can go to school, we can work and make a living, and, you know, maybe the odd holiday or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, life's okay.
Travel Australia. Yeah. You know, really support, bring up...
I'm going to Northern Territory.
Are you?
Yeah, I've just decided.
Awesome. Well, these places are struggling, especially up north where it was just...
Comment your favourite location in Australia.
Yes, do that, because they're really wanting people to come and visit again, because it's like they had, especially last year, they lost a lot, you know, a lot of staff, a lot of, you know, they've just struggled. So let's just travel around Australia and really pump up our...
Do you want to know something really fun?
What?
So yesterday I got a package in the mail.
Just what I was going to say, I love your socks.
One agency socks.
Oh,
look at that. That was a company that just sent them to me.
Oh my God.
And I got the message to say they're arriving. I'm like, I didn't order any socks. I actually emailed
the company?
I don't know. It's just a company called Swanky Socks.
Oh, and they've just done
that. And they've designed one agency socks.
Oh.
Maybe in, but I don't know. They just arrived, and I'm quite happy with them.
They're very nice.
So if you want some, I don't have any more.
There you go. You should get a tie to match.
I reckon.
Yeah.
I'm happy with them. Yeah, I'm excited.
That's very nice. Very eccentric.
So post your favourite location.
Yes.
In Australia.
Yes.
It'll give us some good ideas.
Yeah. Send some photos.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
He's like, why?
Waterfalls.
Nah, that's cool. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us again.
We've gone on a bit today, haven't we?
We did go on a bit, but we had to make up for last week.
Yeah.
So who knows what we'll be talking about next week? We'll probably be...
Back in lockdown.
Yeah, back in lockdown. Who knows? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. But chin up, everybody.
Yeah, far out. We're alive. We're good.
That's right. Stop being so sad.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, Mildura's a beautiful place. Yeah. We're good. We're all good here.
And go and support the circus.
Yeah.
Don't you reckon?
Oh.
No?
Yes.
Elmo. That's been a really good couple of weeks.
I've got older kids.
Because everywhere we go around, there's been Elmos everywhere. And so she waves to them all as she goes past them.
She's like, when is the circus on?
Well, they're moving it to Wentworth. So this is the thing. So are these big organisations going to come to places like Mildura because we are in Victoria? That's my biggest concern for this district.
Oh, yes.
Is this going to stop people from coming? Are they just going to stick to New South Wales and Queensland? I guess that's my concern from, you know, we still need to attract these, you know, this is good for the economy, right? People spending money and having fun. And we always, you look at, and even our kids always say, well, there's nothing to do because they've lost the aquacoaster.
Yep.
They've lost the roller skating rink.
Yep.
they've lost something else. What was that? There's something else that the kids used to always do. There's just not much for them to do. The go-karts, and there was something else.
Putt had to close down.
Yeah, but just in general, there's not. I think we need things for the kids.
There's nothing here really.
No, there isn't. 10-pin bowling, putt, and that's it.
That's it.
So.
Yeah, something needs to
change. And we are still cracking on.
Look at us go. Oh gosh.
Post your favourite locations.
Yes, and especially in Victoria, because if we're stuck here, let's go find some really cool places.
What's your favourite Victorian location? Everyone's gone to the Grampians, haven't they? It's been a place.
Grampians is beautiful. Really is beautiful. Dalesford's beautiful.
Yeah.
Victoria, anywhere near the coast.
Yeah.
Like, just get me to
Hard
the
thing
coast.
is about the coast. Like we went to Anglesey start of this year. It was freezing. It was in the middle of summer, like
so
17
cold.
degrees.
It's really cold, hey.
But anyway.
Yeah. You keep saying that.
We're going to finish this, or
we might go now. Thanks for jumping on, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Some socks.
Yeah. That's an empty promise, that one.
That is. I'm not your socks.
No. All right, guys, have a fabulous week and stay safe and chin up, like Mark says. You know where to find us if you need any information. If you're struggling to work out what you want to do with your sale or even buying. Styling, that's right.
Fixer-uppering,
yes. You know where to find us. If not, just send a message and tag us in here and we'll hook you up. All right, guys, have a fabulous day and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.